So from there, you obviously went to Kentucky. Like, what was that? Like the Cal era, all that. Like, what was that decision to go to that UK blue blood, all that?
So the guy to my right might not like this answer, but I originally committed to Ohio State.
Man,
Oh,
we
wow.
know, man. Jeff Bowles, man.
All right, hold on. So
We
let
know,
me
man.
give
Walk
y'all
us
the
through
real.
it.
Let me give y'all the real, right? So going into my junior year, before I went to Mean Streets, I was like 350th in Chicago.
Ranked.
Oh, wow.
Ranked in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, that's a crazy.
I had this one summer, right? And by this time, I was like, I'm going to Cleveland State. At this time, Norris Cole was there.
Water
You know,
pressure.
I'm going to Cleveland State, and this is what it is. Like, this is where I'm going. Like, I
That's
go
crazy.
there, like,
Yeah.
still
Right.
D1, like, it's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
So I go. So I'm going to Cleveland State. The whole AAU circuit happened. You know, 350th in Chicago. Then, you know, by the end of the summer, I'm number 1 in the country. And Cleveland State actually called and said, "Yeah, we know this ain't gonna happen." So
That's
it's
nice.
all
'Cause
good.
you blew up like
Yeah, I'm now. You know, everybody knows me.
Mm-hmm.
Realistic of them.
And I was a huge like LeBron James fan. Like
There you
that
go.
was like growing up. It's like I had all his shoes,
I
like
was too,
23,
for
like
sure.
all that. Like that was like Bron
Camp,
is him,
everything.
Same.
right? And it drew me to want to go to Ohio State. You know, obviously he never been there, but I already know he support Ohio State.
Same.
And you know, Thad Matta was the coach at the
Talk to
time, and I didn't even know that CJ, our coach, told me he was.
Gent.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a part of that.
yeah, he told me. I didn't know
So
that.
when I was coming, he was recruiting me. He left and went to maybe Atlanta or
Yeah.
somewhere, and then I funneled through there
Yeah,
too.
I had my guy was Jeff Bowles.
Yeah,
Yep, that was my guy.
Bowles.
Shout out
Bowles was my guy.
Mine
Bowles
too,
was my
for
guy.
sure.
And I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm going to. I said I'm committing. I verbally committed to Ohio State, and my pop's like, man, let's try Kentucky, like, you know, Cal, because, you know, at this time, DeMarcus and John Bled, all them, they just went to the
left.
league.
Have
So
emotion,
he like,
one and
man, we trying to
You
get to the
were
league.
next, right after that. That's
Yeah, he
crazy.
like, we trying to get to the league. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go on a official visit, but I'm in Cal's office, and I'm just like, whatever, because I'm like, I'm going to Ohio State, man.
You got your mind made up.
I'm
That's
going to Ohio
crazy.
State.
That's crazy.
And
You was going to leave. You went
Man.
to Cleveland State, bro.
He was going to done regardless.
So what was that
Sure.
switch though? Like what was that Cal switch?
Yeah, so I'm sending Cal's off, and he's going through all this stuff, and man, it was just like once I left Kentucky, like he told me, he was like, "You're not guaranteed starting here. You come and earn your spot." And I think that's what kind of like
brings you in
triggered
for
it. I was like,
sure.
okay, yeah, nothing's given to me. I got it. So now I'm gonna
Yeah.
see if I'm really like nice to be able to be on the floor with these guys.
For sure.
And everything he was preaching, I watched a couple practices, and I was just like, oh no. I'm in a car. I go to sleep. The next day I woke up, and we in the car headed back to Chicago. We drove like 5-hour drive. And I'm like, Pops, call Cal. I gotta go to Kentucky.
That's fine.
Like,
you felt
and
that.
so I just felt it. And he
Right.
was like, all right, that's fine, but now you have to call Ohio State, and you got to be a man to tell
Grown
them
man.
that you
Grown man
decommitted.
discussions.
Real.
So I'm like, damn. Like, so now I'm like, I got called that model. I'm like, yo, what's going on? He like, oh, what's up? He excited to talk to me. He like, this is my recruit. Like, we got the #1 player in the country. Not knowing I'm about to tell him, like, I'm cool off Ohio State now. And he like, man, what do we do wrong? What do we got to do? Da, da, da. And I'm like, honestly, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all, man. This is just like, I just feel I have to be at Kentucky. And
Bad, that
end up.
Cal stole that motherfucker out me.
Oh, for
Straight up.
sure.
I mean, I walked in, they had my jersey. You know, this is Ohio State. Had my jersey, 23, Davis, all that. He had his juicy fruit gum.
Right.
Yeah, all like,
Yep.
yeah, all that. So it was like, man. Like,
So you went on a visit?
I went on a visit. So my high school,
Official?
unofficial. Like it wasn't even a visit.
You were just
at
there
all.
and pulled up.
I was just there,
Yep.
like with my high school on the academic.
Yep.
You know, and they just pulled me to the side, like, "Nah, you going with us." So I think at that time, my junior, it was my senior year. I think Evan Turner was there.
Yep. That was Deshaun Thompson.
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah.
Was that Diebler?
Yep.
Deshaun Thompson.
Yeah.
Was Sully there with Evan?
No,
think he had
Sully
just
was my
left.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Sully was my year. So, I was like, man, they had a rocking, Big
Football,
Ten,
yeah.
football, all that. So I was like, I want to go there. But then I just felt like when I went to Kentucky, it was like, man, this is
Yeah.
I don't blame
This
you.
is it,
Let me
and,
ask you this. So when you was going through your recruitment and Cal was like, you're not earning it. I mean, we're not giving you anything. You got to work for it. As a kid coming up that's going through the recruiting process, all these coaches are telling you what you want to hear. They telling you going to get this, you going to get that, you're going to be in the league. Then a coach come from the side door and hit you with you ain't getting that. You're going to have to work just like everybody else. As a kid, you want that.
I want
You
that.
know what I mean? You gravitated towards that. So
Yeah.
I can relate to that. That's why I went to Ohio State.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Louisville or Kentucky or whatnot. They didn't really recruit me. People wonder why I didn't go there. They didn't really recruit me. So simple as that. But Louisville offered me, recruited me, and I was a fan. I had to call them just like you, tell them I'm not going there. Rick Pitino, I don't remember if he hung up or just he gave me some Rick Pitino vibes in his response as he should. But I just can relate to that in that fashion.